Hello, my lovelies. How is your mental health? Mine, is better than it was the last few weeks. I have not been splitting as much, and yeah, so uh, I'm okay. Like in the sense of, whatever. Um, this podcast slash video, whatever, is kind of out of the blue. It was on the back burner, but I had not planned on doing it this early. And here we are. Um, I just wanted to talk about the parent side of their kids going no contact. Because, and not that I'm putting my kids on blast, because I'm not. That is the furthest thing I want to do. But they have chosen to go no contact with me. At first, um, I didn't respect their boundaries and would push and just boundary, what is that? But as I'm going through therapy and DBT group, um, I'm 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 learning a lot of things, and a lot of things are my childhood trauma spilled over into my children's lives, unfortunately. I thought I had broken it completely. I didn't. And that's my bad because in my head, like, it's all or nothing, black or white. I have BPD. So I see the world a hell of a lot differently than most because of the way I grew up and the environment that I grew up in. So with that being said, um, part of me is still hurt and upset that my kids chose to go no contact with me. But the biggest part of me is so happy that they felt confident enough to say, you know what? No, I'm not putting up with this. And these are my boundaries. You've stepped over them too many times, and that's it. I I know it sounds like contradictive, but I am still trying to do boundaries. I am still trying to figure myself out. But my kids have done that way before I have. And part of me is so proud that they stood their ground and said, no, I'm not putting up with this shit. I love that. I love that. And then there's the part of me that feels heartbroken and feels abandoned, and I'm sure they must have felt abandoned by me as well. I'm not saying that my childhood is an excuse for my parenting. I'm trying to explain what happened to me growing up and then finding out I was going to be a mom. And I was a helicopter parent. I didn't want anything bad to happen to my kids. I wanted to protect them. I wanted to take all that bad so they didn't feel it. And unfortunately, um, it backfired and I lost both of them. So, um, yeah, time to take a deep breath in. Okay. So again, this isn't to make them feel bad. This isn't to put blame on anyone. This is me trying to explain how generational trauma hits, and it hits some harder than others. And because I am part Eskimo, I've heard all those stories of how my grandmother grew up. I think she was like 13 or 14 years old when she had my father. Like, really? And that was normal back then because her husband at the time was 17. Like, I get it. I understand. But at what point do you go, they're gone forever and they're never coming back? And what point do I go, but they're my children and I want to reach out? I don't have the answers. Again, I am devil's advocate. As I rock the boat, I ask questions, I see things um, a little differently than everyone else, and that is my superpower. And you will get tired of me saying that, but I'm making this a part of normalization in conversation. Oh, look at that. Look at me rhyming. Woohoo! But the point being is, I'm not sure if any other parents are going through what I'm going through um, with their kids going no contact. Is it a Gen X thing? Is it like like I need answers. I need help. I know I can't be the only one. And if I am, you're all fucking liars. And I'm going to come to your house and knock on your door and tell you to your face. Not really, because I don't know who is going to be listening to this and where in the world you are listening from. So that's me being cheeky and sarcastic and the newfie part coming out. So, yeah. I think that was everything that I wanted to say. Again, this was I try to stay on topic. I try to make sure I'm streamlined. It's kind of hard when it's just myself. And this was kind of a, oh my gosh, I'm going to talk about this kind of moment, even though it was one of those future podcasts that I wanted to do. But I guess here we are, here I am, and there it is. I'm sorry, that was just, that was funny. I didn't mix up my words. Hey, that's a win in my book. Anyways, I just want to put it out there. If anyone has any advice, leave it down in the comments below. Again, please like, subscribe, and get notifications to my videos. Please and thank you. It's greatly appreciated. And also to let my kids know that I never abandoned you. I abandoned myself. And I'm sorry. And I hope wherever you may be, you're happy and you're taking care of yourself. And know that I will always, always, always love you both. You both are the best thing that has ever happened to me. You are the good that I couldn't see in myself, but I see in you both. So please, both of you, stay safe. And everyone else out there as well, please stay safe. Remember, the world is hurting right now. I'm hurting, you're hurting, everyone is hurting. So let's use some nice, kind words or a smile. But yeah, just remember, we're all hurting, we're all going through something. I love you, my moon. And I love you, my star.